We previously covered this topic a few years ago, but there are still plenty of cuddly-looking monsters out there to go over. Creatures like the slow loris, dolphins, and of course, the sea otter. Each one is cuter and more deadlier than the last. Here are 7 more of the world's cutest but deadliest animals that should be avoided at all costs.
7.
Slow loris. First up, how could you not love the look of this thing? It's like a stuffed animal come to life, but maintained its cuddly eyes. So adorable. But don't be fooled by their looks, as they're actually incredibly dangerous. The slow loris are actually one of the most poisonous animals in the world. That's right, more poisonous than the blue-ringed octopus, the stonefish, and black mamba, just to give a few examples. Secreting venom from their elbows, we know, odd place for venom to come from, before mixing it with their saliva, their envenomed bite can cause anaphylactic shock. But these creatures aren't vicious by nature, as they'll only attack when they're threatened or in danger. One way that these creatures keep predators away from them is by licking their fur. The scent deters predators from attacking them. Scientists studying the slow loris have discovered that it has evolved to mimic cobras. Its bite, hiss-like noises, and sinuous movements, it defensively raises its arms above its head, as well as its markings, all resemble those of a snake. Now sure, they're still incredibly cute to look at, and even if you were to raise one from being a baby until it's fully grown is a possibility, like with any wild animal. Look up Brutus the bear and you'll see what we mean. But it is actually illegal in their native Australia to own one of these dangerous creatures. The sweet-looking slow loris is for sure one of the weirdest and most fascinating sweet but scary creatures that Mother Nature has seen fit to create.
6.
Dolphins. Dolphins are a lot like humans. Both are among the most intelligent species on this planet, although in this day and age you may think otherwise for the human race, but we're not here to talk about that. In fact, despite how cute and playful these creatures are, they're definitely like humans in a sense of their actions. Along with humans, bottlenose dolphins are the only species that can take other living things' lives with no natural reason. They just do it for the sake of doing it. Not for food, not for self-defense. They just do it because they can. Dolphins definitely have a high intellect, which unfortunately sometimes seems to be not so harmless, just as it's true with humans.
5.
Sea otter. Now this one is somewhat common knowledge, but is still worth mentioning due to how adorable this creature looks. The Californian sea otter, known for its round, cute face and long whiskers, and being one of the furriest animals on the planet. Don't believe us? Well, it's been said that the sea otter has up to 800 million hairs on its body. Now, considering this creature lives in California, you wouldn't think that it's an ideal location for them to have their habitat, what with temperature and the amount of fur they have on them. But surprisingly though, sea otters thrive in these regions. Otters spend around 95% of its life in the water. It requires the thickest fur on the planet, making it the fluffiest animal in the world. Now, what makes otters so dangerous? Well, admittedly, it's very unlikely that a single otter is going to take down one human, not to mention the fact that these creatures won't attack unless provoked, as they're known for being fearsome defenders of their young. Well, that doesn't change the fact that they are in fact provoked. They can still do some serious damage to a human. For example, going back to 2013, Sydney Sainsbury from Montana needed 8 stitches to her head after being attacked by otters, because most of them work in groups. Sydney told reporters that the otter was just on him. It was just attaching itself to him and biting him, so it was really hard to get it off of him, and that was what the really scary part was. Being mauled by a rodent-type animal that he was never scared of before. So as adorable as they are, they've got a pretty mean bite, along with the backup to help them.
4.
Giant anteater. Okay, this one is technically up for debate, as we know a lot of people won't see these things as adorable, but there's still a lot of people who do think the creature looks adorable. You can sort of see why people think they're adorable, as they are rather unusual looking. The giant anteater is true to its name as it is both huge and feeds on ants and termites. So although it does not hunt people, it is still a fearsome opponent in any encounter. The thing about these creatures is that despite their size, you wouldn't exactly consider them to be strong. That, however, isn't the case at all, as giant anteaters are incredibly powerful. On top of this, they also have very sharp claws, which it uses to dig down into the ground in search of food and could do an incredible amount of damage with a single swipe. Now sure, anteaters are not aggressive animals. They won't attack you if they see you, and more often than not, they won't attack you if you encounter them under peaceful circumstances. However, if a giant anteater is cornered, these big animals will fight back fiercely as they'll see you as a threat. A cornered anteater will rear up on its hind legs using its lengthy tail for balance. It'll lash out with its dew claw, which can be 4 inches long. For this reason, the giant anteater is ferocious enough to defeat aggressive hunters like jaguars and pumas. Who would have thought this about this adorable and weird-looking creature?
3,
Dingo. Wait, this is a dingo? We always pictured them looking way more vicious. It's just a harmless little pup. Well, if you start thinking that those Australian urban legends aren't true, then you're totally wrong. We can confirm that yes, dingoes did steal a baby at one point. Not only that, but these dog-like creatures can get aggressive and take to snatching and biting humans if given food in the wild. Because of their wild upbringing, they grow up with the mentality to attack anything living in sight. Best thing to do is to stay away from these doggies.
2,
Tasmanian Devil. Unfortunately, nothing like the beloved goofy Looney Tunes character, the Tasmanian Devil is definitely a creature that shouldn't be underestimated for its size. Yes, they look rather goofy and like something you'd want running around your home like any other house pet. However, don't let their looks and size fool you, as they've got an incredibly vicious bite. If anyone was to come in contact with one of these creatures, expect plenty of deep bites and scratches from this thing because it's able to do tons of damage.
1,
Honey badgers. Any Far Cry players watching this? If so, you know exactly what we're talking about. Now, you'd think from a name like Honey Badger that they'd be adorable and even placid creatures. Well, that's clearly not the case, as the honey badger has bragging rights for being in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's most fearless creature. Damn. And it's not even a defensive thing either, as they'll just attack anything with a pulse. They just love fighting. Out of all the creatures on this list, this may be the most cuddly but most dangerous one. Still not convinced that these creatures are dangerous? Well, try this on for size. The honey badger will gladly take on, and most times win, in a fight against hyenas, lions, leopards, and pythons. There's videos online showing a single honey badger taking on an entire lion pride. They are insane. Needless to say, if you're out and run into a honey badger while you're on a safari trip, don't try your luck, just run. And that's our list. Did we leave any out that you know about? Well, let us know in the comments section below. Please remember to subscribe and tap the bell button so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more elite facts.